Let's see what's going on. We are now live on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to be with you again. Even though, hey, it's not Saturday at my 6 p.m., but we are right now on Sunday. So let me just check something here. If the sound is working fine. Apparently it is. Okay. So I see somebody's already watching, which is always great. And I have to explain myself. I have to explain myself because something happened and something that has upset me. And I think that the best way to explain what happened is to start from the beginning. You can probably see it on my eyes and see on my face, which is a little bit swollen. I am not really myself, am I? So I talked about this last week that I was having a tooth issue. Well, while the days would go on, my situation became worse and worse. And, I've said it so many times before, I've been without medication for so many years. And now I have been forced to take plenty of medication, which has made me feel not really well. So what happened? So as I said last week, I started to have some pain next to my nose above the top of my tooth. So on Friday, they did an orthopantomographia. That's from the whole mouth. A picture, X-ray. And the dentist had said, yeah, you have an infection above your tooth. So you need to take some antibiotics for 7 days. But Saturday, although I was taking those antibiotics, Saturday, it became worse. So I was sitting here with ice also to cool it down. And I had a course the whole weekend. And then on Sunday, I even had more pain. I said, something is going on. I don't think this is just an infection. There is something else going on. So Monday morning, I went straight to a hospital in Alicante, Instituto Davo. It's a big clinic for tooth or for teeth and oral and maxillofacial situations, to a real doctor, dentist, a professional. And they also saw that there should be more going on, so they arranged me a CAT scan immediately. I had to wait an hour or something, went to the other hospital, got in to get a CAT scan. And so what they covered, it was not just an infection above my tooth. I have a radicular, it's called a radicular cyst of 10 millimeter above the root of that tooth. And so the issue is with tooth pain, in this case, being a cyst that's infected, apparently from an old root canal treatment that has gone wrong. Yeah, what should I say about root canals? Anyways, so what is going on is that it's not a pain like saying, oh, I hurt a muscle or something. It was really like you feel your pulse. Yeah, it's like just next to that nose in your teeth. And you can't do much because the whole time you're getting that knock. And so their solution was, well, for the next 3 days, you're going to come to the hospital and you're going to get an injection with Urbasol. Well, if there is something I would always say to people is, please don't give it to your animals. Don't give it to yourself, or don't take it for yourself, is what they had to put me under to deal with this situation. And so in the last week, I was in hospital on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday. And what happened on Friday? Well, it just came back. Nothing was taken care of. Meaning the antibiotics have not worked, their injections have not worked. And so they say, well, take a few more days of antibiotics which ended today at lunchtime. I have now maxed out antibiotics. Nothing has changed. So that's also the reason why I missed you guys yesterday. I didn't forget to come live. I am just so much under the influence from that medication, which is absolutely, completely not me, who did not take any medication for so many years. I'm just, you can dust me away. Let's say this way. I'm so weak because of all of that. And the only thing I could do was, hey, give yourself some strength. So last night I said, okay, it's already 7:30. It's too late to go live now because I didn't warn you. So that's why I decided to come live today. And yeah, right now I can't tell you anymore that I have been without medication for so many years because they now have injected me with the worst of what I can imagine is for my body. But what they said was the only thing that would help me. I'm dreading tomorrow morning. Well, that's not true. I'm not dreading. I'm hoping for tomorrow morning that a miracle has taken place and that my mouth is not waking up again and that I can just continue. But how it's looking right now is that tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. when the clinic and when the dentist opens, is calling and saying, and what do we do now? And I think nothing is left than an operation, which does not help me at the moment because I have a very busy and heavy week ahead because I'm volunteering again for, the big guy, the American big guy. So I have 15-hour days to do, and I want to do them because I love doing it. So, well, that's what happens to me. I have been forced to take all kinds of medications, which I hate, which I haven't done in so many years. And so what is my message to you? No matter what they are giving to you, make sure to always keep on still stimulating your points, because I don't even want to imagine how I would be feeling right now if I would not have continued to stimulate my points. Because one of the things that they gave me, I haven't even opened it. It's called Flora Biotic, because of you have antibiotics. They can mess up with your intestinal tract. Well, I have my torch. I haven't opened the Flora, but maybe I should. But anyways, I'm so anti-medication. I can't help it. But so that's the reason why I feel pretty sad that I can't continue to say, hey, I haven't taken medication in 10 years, 15 years, and so on. Well, that's about me. Now it's about you. Let me see your questions. I have one here right now. And let me just open the list here. If you have a question, please write it in the chat right now. And I am going to see here the one that I received. So hold on. Yeah. So this person says, my 5-year-old dog, Murphy, has had an ear issue since I brought him home from the breeder. He shakes his head a lot, sometimes more than others, but I can't nail down if it's food, climate, or environment. The vet have checked and tested. His ears are clean and his hearing is fine. I have a thorough ear and jaw exam done under anesthesia. He is normal. I consulted an animal communicator and she said that it felt like he has water in his ears and feels good to shake his head, but it does not really bother him. So she suggested that maybe he has narrow ear canals, and given different barometric pressure, they close up. I do the standard points on him regularly. Any suggestion? Well, I have a little issue. Now, I do believe in animal communicators. I have been communicating with many animals myself, so I do know one can do that. But I am I'm wondering something. I mean, if the dog has had a thorough exam under anesthesia, not under anesthesia, in both situations, if those ear canals would have been narrow, the vet would have seen it. Well, under anesthesia, they are relaxed, but he also checked the dog when he was not under anesthesia. So he would have seen if those canals were narrower than normal. So on the one hand, I have a few questions. I have, what did the breeder say? Did the dog do the same at his place? If yes, you know the situation has been going on for a longer time. If not, it has started after he came to live with you. We have to think of another situation. Nevertheless, I'm not a vet. I cannot diagnose anybody, not a human and not an animal. So what I would always say, and I think I wrote it, yes, I already wrote it to her a few days ago. Hold on. Yeah, I would go to a real acupuncturist to have him measured out. They will be able to see where he has too much, too little, and help you find the points that he needs to get balanced. And then once you get home, you repeat those points every 2 days for the next 4 weeks. And I said I would come live and talk more about it. Then that's what I'm doing. Now, why would I say to the lady, go with your dog to a real acupuncturist? But first of all, because you have several kinds of acupuncturists. You have vets who have done 1 extra year to know locations of acupuncture points, who are holistic vets, and who just did an extra year or just an extra course. They will not probably be able to do an assessment the Eastern way, like when you go to an acupuncturist who studied not Western medicine, but Eastern medicine. It's another way of finding out what's going on. Looking at the color of the eyes, looking at the tongue, feeling the pulse, what kind of pulse is it, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, I'm just doing this because I have a little ventilator who is blowing, wind in my face. So, and they would be able to see where you're lacking or where you have too much. Because whatever problem you have or your animals are having, it's always because of an imbalance in the body. If it's not structural. Okay? If my ear is blocked because of earwax, that's a structural problem. You have to go to the Western doctor to have that piece. Well, they usually use water to blow it out with a syringe. But other than that, if it's not a structural problem, then it's an imbalance in your body. And you know, with the yin and the yang, you always want to have it in balance. I don't want to make it complicated to go in detail to what they do. The best thing is just to find one of them and go there with your animal, in this case, your dog. And I advise the same for humans. If you have a very specific situation going on that your Western doctor is not able to either diagnose, to find the origin of the problem, to help you, go to an Eastern doctor. Eastern doctors do more than just acupuncture, okay? And they may be using herbs to help you or to help your dog or your cat or your horse. They can do so many things. It's not just about needles, absolutely not. So maybe I should say in future, instead of saying go to a real acupuncturist, I would say go to a real Eastern doctor. And more than that, I cannot say, except for find what's going on and do the specific points from the booklet of the problem. And if you're going to an acupuncturist, make sure to take note of the points they have done or that person has done. And then repeat those same points when you get home every 2 days for the next few weeks. or until you go back to that specialist. Okay, let's have another look, because I am looking for my screen here. Oh, I see Daniela is here. We have Ina again. Hi, welcome, ladies. Please, if you have questions, please write them in the chat. I'm so happy to be able to answer them live for you whenever that's possible. I see here another question. How can I find the exact location of the acupuncture points I need to do? Well, it's always the same. Find out what's going on. Go to your information pack. Look up the booklets. And you will see that Dr. Brian McLaren has always... Hold on. Because I have been moving. I don't think I have it lying around. Let me just see if I can quickly give you an example here. Just bear with me. I'm gonna quickly open that up. Information packs. And I see people here with dogs. So let me go to the dog information pack. Where are you? There you are. And I will be sharing my screen with you. Hopefully, yes. There it is. And so let's take, well, emotional and mental problems, fear and phobias. Oh, hold on, he's opening it on my other screen. Let me open it completely here and closing this up. And I'm even going to make it a little bigger so you can see it better on your screen. That's maybe too big, Eva. Okay. And it's just a question of scrolling down. I need to make it a little slower. And you see, Dr. Brian McLaren, with all his booklets, he shows you exactly where the location is. So here, for example, one of the specific points you need to do in case of fear and anxiety with your dog. For example, now is the exact good time to prepare your animals, certainly if you're in the United States, for the fireworks in July. Start, if your dog or your horse is sensitive, has fear or anxiety, when you have fireworks going on, start preparing your animal now. So one of the points is governance vessel 26. It's exactly here, above the upper lip. And as you can see on the screen, Dr. Brian McLaren shows you the point, the location of the point, and he will explain it too. And he does that in the booklets for the dogs, horses, humans, cattle, alpacas, and birds. So it's just a question, go to the booklet, look up the points. Here we have another point, governance conception vessel 515, which is on the ventral midline at the rear of the breastbone. Just feel where your breastbone is, where it comes together. And just under that point, you have your CV15. It's at the same location with your dog. It's at the same location with your horse. And it's just a question of doing all these points with the torch and following the pictures that Brian is giving you with the text. So in this case, it's easier to find the point if you turn his forelimb on the lower part to find lung 7. Another one, you can even download these points, fear and anxiety points. You can download them for free from the website. Here you have kidney 1. And what you also have to remember is this slide, okay, has a pretty big conference. So, yes, we are not putting needles in our beloved friends or in ourselves. So, you could say, oh, you know, on that picture, oh, that little white dot, it's just a little bit to the left or to the right or too high or too low. It doesn't matter because this is so much bigger that it will always be stimulating the point. And that's also the reason why you always want to be working with the Pro Torch. So less chance to make a mistake because the light has a bigger opening. Make sure to be stimulating these points on both sides of the body, because we have exactly the same points on our left side as on our right side. And the same goes for the animal. In this case, for a dog, do it 3 to 5 seconds per point. In 2-3 minutes, you're done. Maybe if you're new to it, maybe it will be 4 or 5 minutes every 2 days. But once you know the points, hey, you just have to multiply the points by the 5 seconds and you're done. You deserve to be in peace when the fireworks are going on. And you deserve also to have animals who are going to feel safe and not be fearful or have anxiety during those festivities. Okay, so if you want these points, just go to the website, www.advancedaphotonictherapy.eu. Go to the store, and then you will see the location of free. And there you have a few booklets you can download for free from the website. By the way, whenever you are whenever you are taking something from the website that is downloadable, please, once you have clicked, you get automatically the link to be able to download it. And it's the same if you're going to buy an information pack, it's downloadable. You get a link on your per email with a blue line of the download. So there is also a video on how to download these downloadable packs. So you can all be set in a minute after buying an information pack or after getting the free downloads. Good. Let me have one more look to see if a question has arrived. Hold on. Oh, that's really kind of you, Irma. My troubles, don't worry about my troubles. I have my torch. I'll take care of them. I just want to find a solution. And once again, I've been filled up with, well, once again, after so many years, I've been filled up with things that didn't resolve the problem. And that can happen sometimes. So, good. I see no other questions coming in. I will just have one checkup here. And then I'm going to leave you. But I would love it. I would love it if you could please send me more questions for next Saturday then. And yes, I will be volunteering at that time. I will see that I take a break to be able to come live, but I would love to have some questions to answer. And if you haven't, please remember, subscribe, click the bell, so you will be informed of the next video coming out. I think I have one that could be coming out on Wednesday. A little surprise. That's it for me. See you next week. Bye-bye.